Here we go, Jim, with part three. We're going to jump on the East this time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, first we're going to jump over to Team Whitman. Donovan McNabb, Chris Johnson, Matt Forte, Reston, Berrien, and Antonio Gates. Shoot, what do you think?
Uh, well, you gotta love Chris Johnson.
Absolutely.
Marion gets a bump with Rice being out. I've always been a big Steve Reston fan. Now that Bolden's gone,
Mm-hmm.
Forte I think is going to see an uptick over last year,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not saying much. But
I think he's going to find a happy medium between his first year and his second year. That's what.
uh, yeah, but yeah, McNabb. I mean, that's a question mark. But
Yeah, he's got Roethlisberger.
that's right. That's right down the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But it looks like
yeah,
he might be starting Jake Delhomme in the first week if McNabb's not ready to go. But he's probable. I think he's ready to go.
yeah, uh, yeah. Starters, I like bench. You got Shockey tight end. Not much at running back. Lewis Murphy, Oakland, I think might surprise some people.
That's a coin
Uh,
too.
so yeah, I mean, he's a contender. We'll see what the other teams are like, but yeah,
I think his starting running backs are really strong, and his starting receivers are rather weak. But I think his receivers on the bench are stronger than his running backs on the bench. So Derek could go either way.
yeah,
Derek gets trade happy, but then he gets cold feet happy. So I don't know. We'll see what Derek does. Next, we're going to move over to Team Sheldon. My buddy Geoff.
oh, Geoff, yeah.
Yeah. Drew Brees, Ray Rice, Felix Jones, Mike Simwalker, Hakeem Nicks, and Heath Miller. What do you think, Jim?
Well, gotta love Drew Brees. Gotta love Ray Rice, Felix Jones. He hasn't played a full year yet. Mike Sims Walker, I like. Hakeem Nicks has got a lot of upside, a lot of mouths to feed in New York. Heath Miller, I like. Colt Steve, don't know too much there. David Akers is always the top fantasy kicker. So
Yeah, Akers can boot him. He's not afraid to hit a 50-yard field goal, and that's 5 points.
yep.
Uh,
So yeah.
I think his bench is really, really weak. It's
Yeah.
terrible, actually.
Zach Miller, the Jacksonville guy.
Tavares Jackson, you know, Charles Scott, the third running the back Arizona.
What's happening there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff kind of lose interest in the draft. The deeper you go.
Yes, that's
Um,
he always does. In this league, Jeff has not made the playoffs. He's in the playoffs every year. He seems to do well. So we'll see. I think his running backs are strong. His quarterback's got a top two quarterback in the league. His receivers, I think, are wild card. Mike Simwalker, he'll give you 30 and then he'll give you two. I think
yeah.
6 of his last 7 games last year, he scored in single digits fantasy points. Heath Miller, is he gonna? He doesn't have Big Ben dumping to him.
Yeah.
Hakeem Nicks, like you said, a lot of mouths to fill, but he seems to be a trendy sleeper. I can see him sleeping the whole year, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I do think Jeff has a strong team. Now we're going to jump over to Team Dick Gregory with Matthew Stafford, Maurice Jones-Drew, Ronnie Brown, Deshaun Jackson, Calvin Johnson, and Jermaine Gresham. Don't forget to rub out the Ravens D and Lawrence Tynes.
Yes.
He's got Owen Daniels on his bench, who, if he was anything like he was last year, there's nothing wrong with him.
Now, how is he coming off his what he hurt? His MCL?
I believe he's ready. I'm pretty sure he's ready to go.
Okay.
I
haven't seen him much in preseason, but because didn't Houston draft a new tight end? Some hot ticket.
I don't know if I don't know. There was a lot. Last draft was tight end heavy, and really, besides the Patriots and Ravens, I know drafted 2 each. I can't really remember. I know Gresham went to Cincinnati, and I don't know. This team, he's got a lot of running backs. He's got Jones, Drew, Brown, LT, and Bush. A few of them are injury prone. There's whispers that Jones Drew's really pretty badly banged up. We'll see. I think right now quarterback's a weakness. Stafford could take a leap, but really, what sophomore quarterback takes a leap like that? Calvin Johnson and Deshaun Jackson are his strength. His receivers are his strength.
Stafford question mark, but he's throwing to Calvin Johnson. Yeah, middle of the road, team here. My opinion.
Hmm.
But yeah, it all depends on Jones Drew.
So I don't know. I think this is a pretty good team.
Uh,
Quarterback
well,
concerns me, but I think it's Murray's pretty good. Just like Sheldon, he hasn't not made the playoffs yet, and he's gone to the second round twice in a row. So we shall see.
yeah.
We shall see. Now we're gonna go over to defending champion of the East and the defending champion of the league. Some little team called Gray Unit. I heard they're pretty good. What do you think?
Well, let's take a look. We got Tony Romo, D'Angelo Williams, David Best, Michael Crab. I still don't see what all the hype is about this guy. Derek Mason, PPR machine. Well, you're going to have Bolden cutting into him. Selleck, excellent. Steelers D.
Good bounce
Ferris
back.
Bueller, kicking for Dallas. Yeah, I mean, hey, you got a shot.
Yeah, I get a shot. I don't love it. I didn't love the Crabtree pick, but he's the next time. Like, it was in the first round. It was so wide. Everyone was picking everyone and everyone's brother on wide receiver, and my depth chart kept creeping and dissolving. And I liked Crabtree and I liked Bo, and I didn't like Ocho Cinco, and I went Crabtree over Bo just because I think the 49ers are better than the Chiefs. That's it. And, Crabtree's going to catch the ball, and he's pretty good after the catch. So,
Yes.
and
If his diva attitude doesn't piss someone off.
I think he might be over it. MC Hammer helped him get his contract. So, after he got his contract, I haven't really heard much of a whisper of that. The sleeper on my team, well, I want to call him a sleeper, but I think the key to my team being any good is Javid Best.
Yes.
And
Crabtree.
Yeah, and Crabtree, yeah. But
Uh,
I I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do like my bench. I like my bench receivers Kenny Britt and Legadoo Nade. First of all, I like Nade. I don't like Nade over Malcolm Floyd, but I like where I took Nade over where he took Malcolm Floyd, and that's first pick in the third round. I thought that was absurd. He wouldn't have got him back, I guess, but I think there was better receivers on the board than Malcolm Floyd. But we'll get to that next round with Mr. Martell calling Crabtree a reach when Malcolm Floyd was a reach beyond all means. But yeah, Gray Unit, top two team in this division, I think.
yeah.
I heard he's a pretty good owner and he makes a lot of moves. So we, I'm just kidding. We shall see. Jim, give me a 1 through 4 in this division.
Let's see. Let me just quickly review here. Yeah, I'm going to go Gray taking the division, followed by Sheldon, Whitman, and
Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory. Dick Hurts.
I'm slightly different. I'm going to give it to Sheldon. I think I think this is his year. I don't know. I think he's going to get lucky with one of the receivers, and I think his running backs are too good, and obviously he's got Drew Brees. And then I'm going to go Gray, and then I'm going to go Dick Gregory, and then I'm going to have Whitman find some way to finish last. But again, just like last
Chris Johnson, God, I don't know.
Hey, he finished in the last. He finished fourth or third in his division last year, I think. So we shall see. But I don't know, Jim. That's the East and the end of part 3. Let's scoot over to part